Ooh. That's pretty cool. What's up, everybody? My name's Matt Hawley, and welcome back to the Arabia Steamboat Museum's YouTube page. Today's video, this is pretty incredible. I mean, you're about to see something that, I'm not joking, no one has seen this in 165 years. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, the steamboat Arabia sank in 1856 carrying 200 tons of cargo going up the Missouri River, stocking up towns on the frontier. We're talking about clothing, building supplies, food, merchandise, literally anything that you needed to survive on the frontier, you're gonna find in this museum. And the boat sank. We found it 45 feet beneath the surface. It laid there for 132 years. And when we were digging up the Arabia, you know, it was a muddy mess. I mean, literally mud had gotten into everything. All the cargo is being shipped up the river in boxes, barrels, containers. Finding an old steamboat, that'd be like finding an abandoned FedEx or UPS truck. Everything's in a container of some kind. And just to be clear, we are still cleaning this collection. You know, folks who come to the museum sometimes don't realize that they are not seeing the whole collection. We still have between 50 and 60 tons sitting in a freezer waiting for preservation. And we have been working on these things non-stop for over 30 years. And at this point, we think it's still gonna take us another 10 to 12 years to get everything completely done. Now, most of the clothing that we found on board started out looking pretty much like this. And so when we opened up this box, we thought, here we go, just another jacket. But then we saw this. Now, as soon as we started to pull back this layer and see this wool that hadn't been touched by mud in 132 years, keep in mind, again, all this fabric was in mud for 132 years. The outside of this coat is just mud caked, and that's what everything looked like. That's how everything was. But when you pulled back that little layer, you saw this beautiful bluish gray color, and that hadn't been touched by mud. Somehow, this jacket had been pressed and just loaded in such a way that mud never got into it. As soon as we saw that, we knew, okay, this is special. We have to film this. We have to document this in a special way. Now, what I wanted to use was a probe macro lens because I wanted this lens to fly into the jacket and illuminate it from the inside, so you guys would be seeing it literally just as we were seeing it for the first time. Did that make sense? They're seeing it, you're seeing it as we were seeing it for the first time. Yeah. Now, what we know about this jacket so far is that it's a sack coat. It's kind of a boxy construction. It's a shorter jacket, there's no tails. It's a little less formal than a frock coat. Now, what you're seeing right here is this burlap that was used as a stiffener. Most of the burlap from our other jackets had just disintegrated over time. It didn't survive, but because this jacket was just so perfectly placed in its box, it's still preserved to this day. I gotta tell you, this is just pretty exciting. I mean, to see this kind of detail, to see this kind of quality, the color in this fabric, and again, it's just mind-blowing to think that this survived. It was in mud, entombed in mud for 132 years, yet somehow this layer, I mean, this jacket, untouched. I mean, mud just somehow never got to it. It almost feels like you're going back in time. Now, obviously, this is just the beginning of the preservation process. We're gonna document this all the way until we get this jacket on display. So thank you all for watching. If you like this video, this little behind the scenes type of project, let us know in the comments below. We'd be happy to make more of them. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. That way you will be notified the next time we upload a video. All of our social media links, our Instagram, Facebook, are also going to be listed below. So follow us for great content. We got great stories, great artifacts still coming out, and we look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.